No, well, I think you just need, no, well, we're gonna see what the doctor says. I just think I need. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Ashley Apollo, aka Ashley Scott, to name Shorty, you dig. For those of you who are new, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss another video. For everybody who not new, what's up, y'all? It's me. So as y'all can see, today on Military Mondays, we're going to be talking about LIMDU. So because of previous videos and story times, I mentioned that I was LIMDU. So a lot of people ask me, what is LIMDU? How do I go LIMDU? Yada, 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 yada. So today, that's what we're gonna talk about. So for those of you who don't know, LIMDU stands for limited duty. The purpose of LIMDU is for sailors who are, what does it say? Limited duty, which means that you can't perform your job to its full capacity. You are not fit for full duty. Something is medically wrong with you that's enabling you from being fit for full and being of full use to your command or to the Navy. So you can be LIMDU for mental health issues or physical issues, like if you break your foot, if you just had surgery and it's going to take you X amount of time to heal from that surgery. If you are pregnant, you are technically LIMDU. Like, pregnancy orders are nothing but LIMDU orders. But instead of 6 months, it's like until you give birth and then after that. Each LIMDU period is 6 months, which means that the Navy is giving you 6 months to fix and treat whatever is wrong with you. So for me, example, I was LIMDU for mental health, for depression, anxiety. So that 6 months was spent or is designated for me to go to appointments with a therapist, psychiatrist, take medicine if needed, do whatever I need to do to get back right into a mental state. So that's what those 6 months are for. Now, if it's like something like physically wrong with you, let's say, I don't know, your arm is broke, you hurt your wrist or something, like it's 6 months to like treat you, go to physical therapy, you know, whatever. And then at the end of that 6 months, your doctor deems if by the end of that 6 months, are you healed and back to being fit for full and being able to work again? Or do you need another LIMDU because you still aren't ready yet? If that makes sense. Now, how do you become LIMDU? A lot of people ask me, like, how do you become LIMDU? Something must be wrong with you. So, like, if something's wrong with you, who is calling about? Hold on, y'all. If something is, like, physically wrong with you, usually you don't have to ask your chain of command or, like, go LIMDU because, like, let's say you fall down a ladder well, you break your foot, like, you don't have no choice, like, you gotta sit down, you LIMDU. Now, when it comes to mental health, it's like, it's a little trickier because it's your mental health. So you kind of, like, have to go to a couple mental health. First, you have to ask your chain of command, like, hey, I'm not feeling so hot. I would like to make an appointment with mental health. You know, your chain of command can't deny you that. So if you say, like, hey, I'm struggling with something, I would like to make an appointment with mental health, all your chain of command is supposed to say is okay. They can't say, like, what's wrong? Well, I feel like, you know, you're probably just going through something. Nah, bitch, I need to go to a doctor so the doctor can tell me what the fuck they think I'm going through. You can't, like, don't let them try to, like, no, well, I think you just need, no, well, we're going to see what the doctor says. I just think I need. So when it comes to mental health, it is a little tricky because that is your mental, so nobody can physically see if something is wrong with you. But you know how you feel normally, and so I assume, and I do believe that we're all intelligent enough to know when there's something mentally wrong with us or if we're mentally or emotionally struggling with something. So when that's the case, you kind of express to your chain of command, hey, I'm not feeling so hot. I would like to make an appointment with mental health. And then after you do that, you would make appointments with mental health and see a therapist or a psychiatrist or whatever the case. And then after a few appointments with them, if they feel like you're, you know, this sailor really can't perform to the best of their abilities, we're going to give them some time to remove themselves to get themselves back where in the mental space that they need to be. That's up to your doctor. So if your doctor feels that, like, you know, you are really feeling low mentally or emotionally, they'll go ahead and say, hey, I recommend this sailor go LIMDU for mental health. And then that's a 6 months period to get, whatever you're going through, whether, you can go mental health LIMDU for many things. If you have a death, something traumatic happened to you on a ship or in life, or it's a plethora of things that can like trigger you into wanting to seek mental attention. So that's kind of how that works. So you go to appointments and then they will like, see what the best way they can accommodate you. So like I said before, each LIMDU period is 6 months. So from the time your doctor deems you LIMDU, and 6 months from that date is your LIMDU period. And then at the end of that 6 months, like I said, they evaluate if you are fit for full and can return back to the fleet, or if you need more time. Now keep in mind, you can only go LIMDU twice, I believe now. Please, if I'm incorrect, please feel free to comment and say like, oh no girl, it's 3 times, or no, you can only go LIMDU once, or whatever the new policies are. But last time I checked, because I do have friends that are currently LIMDU right now, they said you can go LIMDU 2 times. So you get 2 LIMDU periods, which equals 12 months. So if you go LIMDU the first time, by the end of that 6 months, you're still not feeling better, it's still, something wrong with you, whether it's mental health or physical, then you would go ahead and extend your LIMDU for another 6 months. Now, by the end of that 6 months, if you're still not found fit for full, then that's when it will go ahead and turn into like a medical board situation where they're going to have to probably medically separate you. That they start looking into that. Or if they don't feel like it's that serious to like medical board, or you don't want to be in medical board, or whatever the case may be, you just return to the fleet because they can't keep extending you LIMDU forever. Now, when you are LIMDU, a lot of people like think, oh, LIMDU is kind of like a finesse. Like a lot of people finesse to go LIMDU. I don't really think so, because I feel like for the people who do finesse to go LIMDU, there has to be something mentally wrong with you for you to be finessing to go LIMDU, if that makes sense. Like if you're pulling a major stunt to go LIMDU, then there's something mentally and psychologically not wrong with you any damn way. That's how I feel about it. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that I do know that like did the most to go LIMDU, it was because they were already asking for help. They were already feeling some type of way and they didn't receive the help. So to get the help, they did something drastic. So it's like we don't have no choice now. Because a lot of the times, well, I won't say a lot of the times, I'll just say what I've seen a lot is a lot of people will ask for help. They'll express to, their shipmates or their chain of command like, hey, I'm not feeling so hot, da-da-da. And then because, like I said, mental is something you can't physically see it gets tricky because, like, sometimes your chain of command will think you're malingering, you're just trying to get off the ship, da-da-da-da. So sometimes people will do to prove their point of, no, I'm literally on the verge of suicide. Let me go ahead and damn near commit suicide, so you understand the severity of what I'm saying. So I feel like for the people who do that, I don't really call it finessing, because like there's something really wrong with you if you like doing the most so your chain of command can send you LIMDU. Like if you go into mental health saying like, yeah, I'm about to drop dead on the mess decks right now just so you can get off the ship, like there's something wrong with you and you probably need to get off the ship, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So with that being said, when you are LIMDU, there is some like stipulations, like because you're LIMDU, you have to go to all of your medical appointments. There's literally, I want to say there's literally like, you can literally go to Captain's Mass and get written up for being LIMDU. And let's say you're LIMDU and you've never gone to your appointments. Like that's a no-go. You're LIMDU to get better. So if your chain of command finds out that you're not going to your appointments, whether they're physical therapy, mental health therapy, psychiatrist, whatever the case, and they find out you're not going, you're going to be in deep trouble, because the whole point of LIMDU is to get you back fit for full, to correct whatever is wrong with you so you can get back to the fleet. So if you're not going to your appointments, there's no way that you can get better, which means that you're not trying to get better. So that turns into a whole like, do you want to be admin separated? Like that can turn into a whole thing if they feel like you're not trying to get better. Like I said before, when it comes to being LIMDU, only medical can deem you limited duty and only medical can deem you fit for full duty. So even if, your chain of command feels like you're fine, you feel like you're fine, whoever feels like you're fine, medical has to feel like you're fine. Whoever you're seeing needs to be able to sign up and say, you know what, I feel like this sailor is fit for full. So they're the only ones that can put you on LIMDU, and they're the only ones that can take you off. Because I know people have written me before, I can't like remember the name, but someone DM'd me before and was like, I'm scared to, ask my chain of command if I can go LIMDU because they're going to say no. They can't say no. Only a doctor can say no. She's fit for full. She doesn't need to be LIMDU. Your chain of command, unless your chain of command is medical and you're HM, and I'm not sure how that will work, you can't, like, your chain of command can't say, like, nah, you fit for full, you got it. Or, nah, that's saying there's LIMDU, like, she need help. Like, a medical has to provide this. Because it's a medical issue, whether it's mental, like I said, or physical. Like, so your chain of command can't deny you LIMDU, nor can they get you off LIMDU, nor can they get you on LIMDU. It's strictly medical. Another thing for those people who, for the people who think like they're going to go, like I said, I use it loosely, finesse to get on LIMDU, whatever the hell that means, because, bitch, you LIMDU hoe. Something ain't right with you if you don't LIMDU. Trust and believe that. If you are LIMDU for mental health, you still do the PRT. So it's not like, oh, I'm limited duty, I can't do the PRT. No. If you're still mental health, you still do the PRT. I worked at a LIMDU command. So, yeah. Everybody who was physically able to do the PRT did the PRT, and we were a LIMDU command. Everybody was either broken physically, mentally, or pregnant at my command. So yeah, so if you think like, oh, I'm depressed and I have bipolar disorder and I'm not going to run the PRT this year because I'm LIMDU, nah, boo. Go ahead and get on that bike, boo. Get on that bike, boo. Another thing that your chain of command cannot do while you're LIMDU, like I said, if you're LIMDU, you have to go to all of your appointments. So if you don't think you're going to make your appointment, reschedule it, call or something. Don't just be not going. But another thing is your chain of command can't tell you that you can't go to your appointment. So if you're LIMDU, physical or mental, and you have an appointment at 10, and then you let your chain of command know, hey, it's 9:30, I'm about to get ready to go to, the hospital, I have an appointment at 10, and they say like, no, we need you to do, you can't, like, I have to go to my appointment, you can't tell me I can't go to my appointment. It's kind of like the same with, like, even in the fleet, your chain of command can't deny you medical. If you say, hey, I need to go to medical, they can't say, no, you're not going. It's the same thing as if I gotta use the bathroom. Bitch, you can't tell me, nah, you don't have to. Like, nah, I gotta go to medical. I have an appointment. I have to go to my appointment. Now, I will say, with that being said, do let your chain of command know, like, in advance. Like, 9 times out of 10, if you're at a LIMDU command, they have some type of chart or system where everybody writes their appointments for the week so they're not surprised, so that issue don't happen. So it's not one of those things like, oh, you just let them know the day of, like, hey, I have an appointment at 2. No, usually there's some type of system lined up so they already know who has appointments for that week. So it's already, it's no confusion. It's no like, oh, you didn't tell us, or we don't know where the sailor is, yada, yada, yada. So that's pretty much my rundown on LIMDU, what it was. Yeah. I'll probably make another video on my LIMDU experience because y'all know, like, there's LIMDU and then there's always Ashley's experience, because I don't know what it is with me. Like y'all said, maybe I'm the problem. But my experience always be crazy because, like, I guess I'm not finna let, y'all know me, I ain't gonna let nobody do me nothing. And it's just, I'll always be with, like, crazy people. But I'm sure y'all be having crazy stories too. Y'all just don't want to be sharing them or something because, like, it don't even be me all the time. Like, it be other shit. Like, at my LIMDU command, somebody tried to burn down urinalysis so they wouldn't get popped for their test. Like, how the fuck, like, what? Like, at my LIMDU command, we were LIMDU, but LIMDU was the command that did line handlers. That never made sense to me. Like, how are we LIMDU, but we have to do line handlers? It was so ass backwards. Like, I was LIMDU for mental health, but it was one boy. He had diabetes, so he had to go to line handlers, in the middle of line handlers, stop, go to his barracks, take his insulin, take the insulin, come back, finish line. Like, boy, sit your ass down. That's why your ass is LIMDU. So it kind of depends, but, my experience be a little different. I don't know why. I guess I just attract craziness, or maybe I am the fucking craziness, as some of y'all like to think. But that's my rundown on what is LIMDU, how to go LIMDU, what LIMDU allows. I sprinkled a little of my LIMDU experience in there towards the end. But yeah, that's that's my little rundown. I hope this video was useful, So y'all already know what to do. Make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Hit those post notifications. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you found it entertaining, informational, helpful, whatever, you know, your discretion is in your being. If it moves you spiritually, you know, let me know. I want to see. And I'll see you guys for the next video on Military Motherfucking Mondays. I gotta stop cursing so much, but I'm a sailor. It's hard. It's hard.